Hello, and welcome back. In today's video, I want to speak about the top 3 tips to increase your sales on Amazon significantly. So my name is Yanni, I'm a 7-figure e-commerce seller. I've sold over $5 million on Amazon. I also have a full-service Amazon agency called eCommerceville, where we do everything when it comes to Amazon. We're your in-house marketing team. So first, and probably one of the biggest one, is Fulfilled by Merchant and SFP. So what is Fulfilled by Merchant? Fulfilled by Merchant is the opposite of FBA. You're actually fulfilling the product yourself. Why is that good? First, cash flow, it's a big benefit. You're getting your money faster. You don't have the leeway time of packing the product, sending it to Amazon, then arriving in FBA, getting active. It can be anywhere between 4 days a week, even more if it's Q4. When you're doing Fulfilled by Merchant, you get the product in your warehouse, you can list it, and then it can sell on the same day, and it's a much faster cash flow that way. Now, of course, it does come with complications. You have to have a space, you have to have usually a warehouse or space, you have to manage teams, you have to have shipping partners like Royal Mail, Every, UPS. So it does complicate things, but the opportunity is major. Now, best case scenario, if you can do it, I would do Seller Fulfilled Prime, SFP, because you have the Prime badge, but Amazon won't fulfill it for you, you will fulfill it yourself. And that's where you really start scaling like crazy. I've seen sellers doing SFP and do incredible numbers like FBA, but the only thing is that you're selling things daily and you don't have to send them to FBA. You're fulfilling it yourself. And of course, with scale, you can have much better shipping rates as well. So SFP is one of them. Another thing is, instead of having your production in China, have your production in Eastern Europe. Yes, Eastern Europe is not as cheap as China, but it's a lot cheaper than the UK and the US. And if you're especially in Europe, it takes a lot less for products to arrive to you. You have a product that's made in Europe, which is a big thing, especially if you're in Europe, because most products come from China. What happened with the tariffs? Of course, the UK is not that affected, but the US is heavily affected. So if you're in the US, you can start manufacturing maybe in Mexico. Maybe you can start manufacturing even in the US if it makes sense. It's not that easy for bigger brands, I do understand that, but if you're a smaller brand, really consider that. Not all the solution of your problem is China. And we'll look at what happens when tariffs go up. It is a mess situation. So business is all about edges. The more edges you have and the more edges you stack up, the better you do. So if you can change the supplier and actually be to a certain extent a controller of your manufacturing, I think that's where you get a lot of advantage. Third one, hire an agency or hire an in-house team that can manage your ads, listing creation, and everything that has to do with Amazon. And why is that? If you can afford to do this, if you have enough capital to hire an agency or train your own team and manage your own team, I would definitely suggest this. Why? Because in the perfect case scenario, if you understand what a good product is, how to manufacture one or find one, that's your area of expertise. Ads, click-through rate, conversion rate, all the things that Amazon wants you to know how to do well and requires to get a lot of sales, you don't need to necessarily know. And I would much rather get it to someone who really understands this very well and does their bread and butter, because they'll do better. For me, it's not about how much I'm paying, it's how much opportunity am I losing. If I can afford $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month for an agency, and I know with the right agency, with the right partner, with the right team in place, I can produce 100,000 extra a year, 200,000 extra a year, and I'm getting my time back. It's an invaluable thing. So you're increasing sales and you're getting your time back. Now, here you need to be very careful selecting the right partner, right team member, and right agency. That's where you need to be very careful. So let's recap the top 3, right? First, get onto SFP and FBM. Huge opportunity if you have the operations to do it. Second, start sourcing and manufacturing your product somewhere else. China is not always the solution. Being different pays dividends. Third, hire an agency, get a team member, in-house team that can actually do ads, listing creation, optimizing your conversion rate, doing the Amazon SEO, doing the images, everything that actually requires for you to sell a lot. I'll definitely recommend it. If you do any of these 3, your sales will skyrocket. If you can do all 3, you will be unstoppable. It's not easy, but from what I've seen, the brands that we've worked with that do the best always have these 3 things, or at least one of them that are doing it at a high level. Hope you liked the video, a lot more to come. Stay tuned.